Okay, I'm playing in VR and everything's unedited. I'm actually still playing from the same day as my last recording, and I thought I was going to go off permanently. Well, I had something to eat and drink and played around with the cat a bit and thought I can probably put in another 2 hours or so. I kind of rushed setting all this up as well, so I'm hoping I've done everything correct. But also I'm sat weird as well. I'm trying to readjust myself. Let's see, the cat probably wants to sit back on my lap. Although last time I think he was farting on my lap. Then went down in his litter box and left me a present that I had to just deal with. I've already promoted everybody. That's something I need to look into, because he restores TP and I think his special moves use TP. And that's his specialty. I'm not sure about him. I'll have to use him at some point, see what he's like. That Smith guy's kind of useless, whoever he is. Where is he? He's not too bad actually. Got an annoying voice. Can't see the Smith guy. There he is. Don't particularly like him. Who's next to level up? Well, he's got extending your reach as well. Which is like the most useful at the moment. Slumber Stab. I've got that already, that's cool. Surprise attack as well. Remain and recover. That might be in replacement of take cover. Although, what's the bird gear who haven't upgraded? Horizon range, sight set. Upgrade's not too important on there. What's his next upgrade? Shielding stance, that sounds interesting. I'm between either the caster, because he's got extra range, but then again it's Valor anyway, so it's definitely not going to be next. Yeah, she's Valor as well. I think Bravery medal, so she only needs. And then she's got heal what ails you and mend wounds. It doesn't do much with her defense. Anyway, I think we need to go and have a look at that battle. I'm not double checked my recording either. Holy shit, what's happening? That was weird. I don't know if that was picked up. It was like I was like super zoomed out then. Yeah, it's recording. I seem to be hitting the red limit a lot as well. On my microphone, but I know it's probably not picking me up that well still. It all depends how close and loud I speak, I guess. Right. Well, the S-Frosty army is already weak from attacking us, so now they're going into a brand new battle with people who are at full health. So we've already half weakened them, so they should be even weaker now. Let's see how well they deal with it though. If they push them back as well. If they push them back as well, that's going to severely weaken them. Oh no, they got right up there, look. Damn.
Far too much blood has been spilled.
I know how loyal you were to the late King Regna. We may be enemies, but you still have my respect. I would invite you to join our ranks.
You would dishonor me so.
I prefer it to your death.
Save your pity for someone who needs it.
Damn. Half of his army went to help us though, didn't he?
Your master will never have our loyalty, even if it means the end of the 3 high houses.
Well, they already got loyalty at the top, that one, the northern house. Damn.
Your Majesty, I serve you even in death.
I wanted to fight alongside him, I liked him.
His plot foiled and bested in battle by House Wolford, Silvio Tellior flees, leaving everything behind. House Fawkes fights valiantly, but ultimately loses to General of Laura's army, and joins their late king in death. Of Glenbrook's 3 high houses, Wolfort, Tellior, and Fawkes, 2 are felled by the iron hammer of Esfrost. House Wolfort now stands alone, in more peril than ever.
We've got a village there and a village there as well. Whether or not they can send someone to aid.
So, 2 of Glenbrook's 3 high houses have fallen. Esfrost's invasion took me by surprise at first, but this is quite the interesting turn.
Now Wolfort stands alone, having lost both the crown and its allies. There is no better time for us to act.
Then let us set the trap, brimming with bait enough to lure them in and keep them there.
As you command. The famed High House of the Salt Iron War will soon be under your thumb, my lord.
Just talking about our house, then it's fucking wrong because I want to fight these fuckers.
Having control of their land will make our deliveries that much easier.
Especially if that mine is full of salt and these guys are fucking done, they won't be getting any more money.
Indeed, and House End will prosper more than ever. Brute strength is not the only path to victory. A truly wise man can win without ever drawing his sword.
My lord, a bird from Sorsley End of Hyzant has arrived. He has offered to send us provisions and funds in light of our situation.
I can fuck off.
A most welcome offer, to be sure, but
Is it Mosey joining lines on the blooming stuff? I hate that. They've not put the things together properly.
why would he extend a helping hand to us now? Could he be after something?
Undoubtedly, there are regrettably none so altruistic amongst the Saintly Seven. Seeing as Minister Sorsley has never shown much interest in other nations, I can only surmise this is a ploy to put House Wolford in his debt.
As I suspected. But our people and soldiers need all the help they can get. Let us accept his proposal. We can deal
I
with
can't
any
decide.
ulterior motives he may have once we are back on our feet.
Understood. We shall discuss our countermeasures at another time.
You've been giving a lot of bad advice recently, so...
Congratulations on your victory in the Falk's domain, General.
Thank you, sir. They were proud warriors. And Lord Landroy a formidable foe despite his age.
I imagine he was content to breathe his last on his beloved fields. 30 years have passed since the Salt Iron War. It was time he was put to rest beside that bygone era. Avlora, it is time you had a rest as well.
What do you mean by that, Your Grace?
Your soldiers have fought long and hard. Any longer and their morale may suffer for it.
But what of House Wolford? Prince Roland is still with them. Is that not cause for concern?
There are no lords left worth worrying about. House Wolford stands alone after Roland's uprising.
Even so, we would do well not to underestimate them. Even standing alone, they once changed the course of the Salt Iron War.
House Wolford is no longer the hunter, but the hunted. Or do you believe you understand something that I do not, General?
This doesn't make sense.
No.
Because
Forgive me, Your
he's
Grace.
normally super clever. But why has he suddenly gone dumb for sake of story? Convenience. Unless he has got a different plan. If he's actually acting this dumb and leaving them alone when he can finish them off. Alright, we've got any allies to rely on. That's it. these guys sending shit over to me because they want to own me. Unless these guys change their mind. Let's have a look to see if there's anything for sale. No.
You wish to speak to me, Your Highness?
I wish to leave the Wolfort domain.
And you want me to persuade Lord Serenoa?
Yes. Though I doubt he will welcome the conversation after the scales have spoken. But the people are tired. Their expressions grim. And this castle is no different.
Even so, the decision was made together.
Yes. But I think we all know that I am at the source of our troubles. The responsibility ultimately falls to me.
If you truly wish to take responsibility, then I do have an idea.
And I would hear it.
Give me that ring.
But this is proof that I belong to the royal family. What would you do with it?
Have you die for your people.
Oh, that's interesting. Now how's he going to come back from his fake death? Could weave a story to avenge his death as well. That's main story. This river flows from the top. I wonder what they find. I wonder if they find this slaughtered family or something and then want to join House Wolfort. I hope they do.
Hey, boss, come take a look at this.
That's Roland.
The poor soul. Or maybe not so poor, judging by these clothes.
Hey, Pa! Remember what I said about that reward money?
Course I do. This might just be him.
Pa, take a look at this!
A shiny ring, huh? Is that, the royal emblem? This has got to be Prince Roland!
What I want to know is who's that? Like, have they killed someone to do that, or have they just found a dead body?
The corpse is regrettably too damaged to identify. but the royal signet is unmistakable. Aside from Cordelia, there is only one who would wear the royal family's ring. There can be no doubt. This is Prince Roland.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but about that reward.
Thalas, give them their coin.
Yes, brother.
Thank you kindly for your generosity, Your Grace.
What a waste. Is this truly how the kingdom of Glenbrook meets its end?
He seems to be slowly being swayed.
House Wolfort are no fools. Their friend was only a liability. They have spared themselves by forsaking the prince. They may have escaped, but there are none who would help them. There is no reason for us to concern ourselves with House Wolfort any longer.
He suddenly turned really dumb.
Your poor brother, betrayed by his most trusted friend.
Oh, Roland.
Oh. What one? I think this game's half story, half gameplay.
The news of Prince Roland's death spreads across the land like wildfire. With his demise, seemingly comes the end of the Kingdom of Glenbrook. But only days later, a proclamation is made that would bind Esfrost and Glenbrook. Bearer of the royal signet and last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, Cordelia is to ascend as queen. And wed Archduke Gustadolf.
Princess Cordelia is to wed the Archduke? What is the meaning of this? Gustadolf is the very one who invaded Glenbrook.
But King Regna is to blame for trying to monopolize the mines.
What does it matter who the princess weds as long as Glenbrook lives on?
It damn well matters to me.
My people, our days of late have been dark and filled with strife. Both Glenbrook and Esfrost have suffered countless losses. And we have lost both of our beloved princes. For that, I offer you my deepest condolences. May they all rest in peace. As you all know, my father was sentenced to death for his role in this tragic event. But how do we come to grips with our sorrow and anger? How do we atone for our mistakes?
Esfrost does not deserve your forgiveness! Do not submit to Gustadolf's will!
Let us recognize our sins as such and move forward. Archduke Gustadolf has magnanimously given us another chance. A chance to see Glenbrook to a fair and free future. As the queen of this kingdom, I, Cordelia of House Glenbrook, do hereby accept the warmth and governance of Esfrost, and swear to do everything in my power to usher in an age of peace with the Archduke.
With all due respect, sir, I do not believe Queen Cordelia to be fit for ruling Glenbrook.
She does not need to be. She is to be our figurehead, a place for the people to focus both their hope and discontent. And while the poor people of Glenbrook stumble in the dark, we shall establish a new government, one based in freedom. Once the people have had a taste of true freedom Esfrost would offer them, there will be no turning back. By the time Cordelia births an heir, both this kingdom and its people will belong solely to Esfrost.
I would be loath to stand upon a political battlefield. It is far more heartless than those of war.
I am simply breathing new life into a kingdom of tired traditions. The people will thank me for it in time.
Traditions are what separate us.
Father, my brothers, I swear to avenge you.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. You need to bed. Damn.
Prince Roland, have you heard about the address at the capital?
I have.
I won't forgive them for making Her Highness say such horrible things.
Enough, Huet.
But they lied about the king's death. They made it seem like Gustadolf was justified.
Say no more. If Cordelia can endure this, so can we.
She realised I'm getting quite far away from the mic. I'm trying to move forward.
And as long as she lives, that is enough for me.
Forgive me, Your Highness.
We all understand how you feel, Prince Roland.
I'm thinking about that tradition thing. Traditions, they are what separate us, but they're also what bind us together as a group of separate people. Traditions that follow traditions. They make us different from others, but as a group bind us together.
No, I apologize. I lost control.
think people who see traditions as a bad thing are normally quite nefarious or narcissistic, along them lines. There's lots of traditions. If you don't like them, there's a lot to dislike.
Thinking about it will do us no good. We must rise to action.
I also just thought I'd just like putting in points and upgrades into her, and she's always sticking with Roland, so if Roland disappears I lose her as a character as well, I'm going to assume. I'm putting all my upgrades into her.
Indeed we must. Everyone knows of your death now. That means we are free to make our next move.
Listen, my friends. Prince Roland of Glenbrook is dead. I am now merely Roland, a warrior who fled a fallen kingdom. I humbly ask for your support until the sun shines upon our royal line once again.
Is that Sir Maxwell's?
That mask. You look just like Sir Maxwell.
Yes, he does.
This is a secret that shall stay within House Wolford.
Master, grant me the strength to free our home from Esfrost's clutches.
How is he doing?
Better than before. He groans in pain from time to time, though.
I see. I wish I could tell Father about our situation now, but...
Lord Serenoa, if your father were awake, I am certain he would praise you for safeguarding Wolford.
Sad to say, the real trouble is only just beginning. I'll be damned if House N's protection comes for free. No doubt the longer we stay, the steeper the price.
Precisely. Minister Sorsley is not an altruistic soul.
If you were in his shoes, what would you do?
I would squeeze us dry, then look for an opportunity to.
But we won't let that happen.
Of course not. Anna is already on the move. It is our duty to protect and guide this house.
This heart ain't changed since the day Lord Simone took me in, lad. I'm ready to put my life on the line for this house. We'll get past this, one way or another. You'll see.
Thank you so much, both of you.
I don't get to the assault mine mystery. Figuring out what's in the mine and what they're actually fighting for, which is probably going to be solved. If I don't actually get to that mystery, I'll probably come back to this game later on and start my No Man's Sky gameplay and come back to this when I feel like it, because it seems like it's going to be like a 100-hour gameplay because I've already sunk in about 10 hours in already. Side stories, side stories. The harbour is what they're after, most likely. Let's see what this one's about.
Lord Svarog, the body of Lord Dragan is...
So my son has finally returned home. I will be there soon. Is something the matter?
I think it better not to look, my lord.
And why is that?
His face. There is no vestige of the handsome lad he once was.
Oh, my son. I understand. You are dismissed. I am so sorry, my boy. Please forgive your pitiful excuse for a father. I will find the one who did this to you. I swear it.
If he gets the truth, he could be kind of useful. Someone on the inside. Someone who could take the throne.
I see. So there is an illicit salt trade held outside the auspices of the Norzelia Consortium.
In this business, you cannot avoid rumors even if you try. They say sneaking under the Consortium's nose is well worth the risk, but I am not so bold.
And who is behind all this?
I wish I could say.
I am not asking you to tell me for free.
How generous of you. It's but a rumor, of course, but... They say none other than Minister End in Hyzant is pulling the strings. And some free advice for you, my friend? You'd do well not to get involved.
Why?
I'm afraid that will cost a separate fee. Why, thank you.
So they use them as slaves.
Water! On your feet! Water, please! Get back to work! You aren't the only one who's thirsty!
No setbacks, I presume?
None, sir. We are already well ahead of schedule.
Splendid. The ledger, if you would.
Yes, sir.
Why did it show me that?
I would hate for there to be a problem with our numbers. I will hold on to this for now.
Of course, sir.
Water! Put the poor thing out of its misery, Booker.
Oh, you guys are definitely getting your asses kicked now.
You must be firm with the Roselle. Show them the slightest mercy, and they'll think they deserve more.
Yes, sir!
Serenoa, do you have a moment? I was hoping to talk to you about our marriage. Now that Glenbrook has been brought to ruin by Esfrost, is there any meaning to our union? My brother may have been planning this from the start. And yet I came to Wolffort with the intent of marrying you, completely unaware of it. It's always like this. Nothing ever goes as I would wish it. The course of my life has always been at the mercy of others.
As has mine. Almost nothing happens the way I thought it would.
But you have a home. Somewhere you can return to someday. You are surrounded by people who care about you.
As do you, as a member of House Wolffort. Your place is with us now.
Serenoa.
And though this may sound pretentious, this is a time for you to think about your future and what you must do, Frederica. Just as I am.
I suppose you are right. What must I do?
Here you are. Master Benedict has been searching for you both.
Understood. Let him know we will return at once. You said we received a delivery from Minister Sorsley.
Yes, mostly food and materials, plus a considerable amount of coin.
That is quite kind of him.
House End is a wealthy one, even by Hyzant's standards. This would barely put a dent in their coffers. We have distributed the resources as needed. We've even managed to restock our reserves.
Wish I could be happy for the help, but I can't say I am.
Agreed. Relying on them comes at a price. They will be looking for recompense.
I believe that to be their true aim.
But this is the path we chose to walk together.
Indeed. And as long as we stay the course, the winds of favor will someday be at our backs.
A missive from Minister Sorsley has arrived.
I see he wastes no time. What absurd request could he possibly have in store for us?
Nothing good, that's for sure.
And I wanted to reject his blooming help, no matter what it was.
Yet another problem has arisen, as we anticipated. I would like to ask everyone what they think. Benedict, if you would.
Yes, my lord. We have just received a request from Minister Sorsley. We are to deliver his cargo to Esfrost.
Cargo?
A load of salt that bypasses the consortium.
He is asking us to be an accomplice to his illegal dealings.
The nerve of him, asking the Honorable House Wolford to do such a filthy job. No way we'd agree to that.
But consider this. Agreeing would secure us proof of his unlawful business.
Are you suggesting we report him to Hyzant?
I am saying it is an option.
I'm sure he's already thought of that, though. Maybe he's even counting on it. Once you say he's a blooming corrupt person, and then he comes back and says, it was all you're doing, then you're the one.
You got a point. We have a duty to speak up when something's not right.
You've already got the proof.
Thing to do.
You've already got a message saying to do it, so you've already got the proof.
We might even earn the Holy One's trust.
Have you all forgotten? Minister Sorsley is one of Hyzant's saintly 7. His connections run far deeper than ours. We must tread carefully.
She's right. She's been right a lot, she has.
Then we need solid evidence to convict him. I should think the salt he wishes us to transport would suffice. But we are the only ones that know it. And it is indistinguishable from the salt that is legally distributed. Far from the solid evidence we need.
Regrettably so.
One false move and we lose both Minister Sorsley's support and Hyzant's trust. Without proof, we have no choice but to go to Esfrost.
If only we had evidence of his misdeeds.
It comes as no surprise to see our opinions differ, but a decision must be made. To report Minister Sorsley's illegal dealings to Hyzant, or become a silent accomplice.
Report.
Bring the scales. It is time to make our choice.
Report. I'm not even blooming getting involved with the guy. Just report him. He's probably already thought of there's another sneaky bastard, so he's probably already thought of trying to use the salt against him. Right, I need to save here. Because I just want to report the bastard. Why do we get the feeling there's not going to be anything for me to steal? Not tolerate any injustice or betrayal. And the same, maybe not to Lord Saranona, but of course. A warning, no doubt. Perhaps Minister Orsi is not as generous as others make him out to be after all. Or we do for task. Keep your observations like these to yourself. Keep your mouth shut. Ooh, there's a blooming guy there. Trade guy. Red anklet. Kind of funny how there's nothing in the houses when they're poor at the moment. Oh, seeing that. What is that? Hey. Quality stone. It's actually kind of confusing because they're saying that if I accuse him with no proof, he's going to probably start attacking me as well. I'll take them all on. See what you got. Where you got 4,000 and you got lots of stuff. And to see who I need to upgrade. Wonder if you've got anything else. Oh, oak. I don't know. Between these two. Crystal. She heals and fights at the same time. I say she's more useful than him. An upgrade. I'm not using your umbrella. You're kind of useless. I'm going to VM or an upgrade. That's it here. Be brave. Quality timber. Rider silk. What's she need? Fiber 5. Quality iron. So I definitely need quality iron. Also quality iron by the looks of it. Quality fiber. How about you? Stone. Stone and quality iron. Stone, fiber, iron. Quality iron. Fucking hell, that's 9. Fiber. Gotta be careful how much I spend there. Do a bit more stone. Bone fiber. Quality timber, quality fiber. Maybe I'm best just buying all that stuff first. I'm losing track of what I need. And just buy as much of it as possible because it's hard to come by. I clearly need to sell some shit. I do have about 1,000 more coins here. Oh wait, I could sell stuff to you, can't I? Ranged HP. I need the money. I can keep upgrading stuff. Need another 450. Don't have enough here unless I sell some of these. This part takes forever. More than an hour. Normal stone. I could do with. Timber, I could do one more. Stone and timber, quality timber. Zero. Could do with some stone though, so I could sell one more thing. If I can do any upgrades, I don't think I can. I need like 6 stone. Might be like 1 stone away. Yeah, 1 stone away. Need stone to upgrade get some defense and HP. Need quality timber. It's costing a lot of money. Need to save this here so I don't have to do all that again. Now the problem is if I piss this guy off, will he try and attack? Either way, the game can't force me to lose in that way. Don't think. I'd rather take on Hyzant than rather destroy that fucking place anyway. I'd rather march on them and try and aid them to get more money. But yeah, I'm with report the illegal salt shipments. Why would he give salt to my enemy? I just don't like the fact that it's travelled to. Roland is with, well, the healer's normally the sensible one. She's on transport the illegal salt. I need to convince you. I'm going to save again just in case. I don't want to do it.
What do you need?
No, why would we take salt to Azeroth when we're fighting Azeroth? But that's interesting because could meet that guy at the border who then learns who really killed. So we're just playing. Am I doing this wrong here? Right, we just plays a little game. Transport the salt. You can convince that guy at the border, because he's a guy at the border, who killed his son, tell him the truth. It would give us an excuse to travel up there. Like I said, the doctor's normally the one on the correct path, not the doctor, the healer. Might actually be the correct decision. I want to go back, but I can't.
I wonder about that.
I don't want to convince her, I want to convince her the other way.
Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I wanted. Need to convince her we need to go, because I think that's going to actually help us in the long run. We should transport the salt.
But in that case,
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. If we go there, we meet that guy at the border and we tell him the truth, and I think that might cause strife amongst them. We might have convinced her. But the intelligent guy is always the fucking wrong guy.
We must decide.
Right now, House Wolfwood stands alone. We can't risk losing Miss Saucy's support. Regardless of the motives, we owe him a debt. I'd rather not repay unless with betrayal. There is no guarantee of receiving exploring Saucy. Should we fail, we would make enemies of both House MD and Holy State itself.
Certainly not.
It is. We haven't sufficient information to take action. There's no thought that we would blindly trust us to carry out such an important deal. What I'm actually doing, I'm actually convincing them by the looks of it. Oops. Anna's undecided again. Imagine a proud and honourable house like ours committing a crime. I was given his money and privilege report him. He's no fool, he's no doubt aware of our betrayal. I wish us not to be a party to their crimes if we can avoid it, but things are not so simple, I'm afraid.
Consider this.
How that makes me sick to my stomach. Where from our problems will avail is nothing. All earned, though it may be we need house and desk coin. No, I understand that we must do this to see how we survive. Please and ask you bear this burden with us. If our accusations fall on deaf ears, we'll make an enemy of both hands and the state. The risk is far too great. He seems really worried about committing a crime. Yeah, that one, see what that does. Well, I might convince quite a few of them, that's it. Let's put the salt to the Duchy of Hath. How many games has trust costs what unfolds in the future? We know the way houses listed up only work when we figure out a way to get the upper hand.
Yes.
Okay. Now as in trouble that person you didn't pay it any mind. Right now we must do everything in our power to keep our people alive and house standing. So long as we do, there will be a chance to reclaim our honour. No. The word is outside so only little against the 77. If we bring charges against Mr. Saucy, then he may just lay all the blame at our feet. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Certainly.
I think I've convinced them. Didn't help that I changed my mind halfway through. It made sense to me to take the salt and go to the border and see if I can convince that guy at the border. Miners.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we follow Sorslay's orders and smuggle salt across our borders, or do we take another path? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Well, the game seemed to make this one relatively easy to do by the looks of it. That makes me suspicious of the game.
Forgive me, my lord.
What? Don't even tell me you didn't actually be swayed by what I said.
Even still.
Oh my god, they didn't actually do what I wanted them to do.
I'm afraid I disagree.
I cannot agree to this.
I wish I could agree, so she didn't agree either. They're all disagreeing. But it was easy. They all seemed like they was going to agree.
Just can't see it your way.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
So I didn't convince her. I only needed her to win. I'm gonna reload that save because I want to go up to the I want to go up to that border and see if I can tell that guy who killed his son.
The way forward is decided.
No, it's not. You do what I tell you to do, the gamer.
Expose the minister's illicit.
I only need to convince Anna by the looks of it. Somehow.
We have chosen our path. We shall head to Hyzant and alert them of Minister Sorslay's wrong.
Now that we have a heading, we need only move forward.
Indeed. No matter how...
Anna, begin the preparation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me get my save up. No. Come on, game. Don't give me half an hour of story just for me to load my save.
In exchange for his aid, Sorsley orders House Wolfort. Serenoa, however, intends to bring word of the... In order to succeed, he must delve deep into the nation's...
Come on, don't give me all this bloody story. I can't load my save.
Decided to accept my
as you have
but you are...
He mean it's I bet.
I give you my...
Yes, Minister.
It says Anna I need to convince. They can't be convinced. Anna might be able to. Right, so what do I do? I already tried that one, didn't work.
Yes. Even so...
We go with the middle one, so the bottom one, middle one.
Perhaps.
Who else? You might be able to be convinced. Don't think them two are going to be convinced, so I'll leave them alone. I'll at least get one of these people to change their minds. We'll go for the top one because I think I wanted the middle one last time.
In that case...
We'll go for the top one again.
I see.
Right, let's see if that's convinced at least one of them. All I need is one of them. One of the guilds need to agree with me.
It is time to cast. Do we follow Sorslay's order? Approach the scales of
Even still.
Sorry. That's her out. Come on.
I cannot agree to this.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
The game clearly didn't want me to get this one. There's no way of convincing her no matter what I pick.
The way forward is we march.
I'm going to try once more. I'm going to try and convince all of them.
We have chosen. We shall.
Can't do it. After the third run, then I'll give up. Clearly the game don't want me to.
Yes, sir.
Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. Come on.
In exchange for his aid, Sorsley orders Serenoa, however, intends to bring word. In order to succeed, he must delve deep.
I don't care if that Hyzentine see me as the bad guy because I want to go to war with them. I want to take that salt.
So as you have, but you are still.
He means it's prudent. I beg.
I give you.
Yes, Minister.
One more try. If I don't convince him on the third time, then I'll give up. I'm going to try all of them. How are you? Try this one.
Surely. In that case...
I tried that and failed last time. I tried that, failed last time. What's that locked on now? That will work.
Lord Serenoa.
The bottom one.
Even so.
think I tried that last time.
In that case...
We must decide. Quite true. Certainly not. Interesting.
Aye, lad.
There's something locked that I haven't unlocked, maybe. I missed talking to someone. It's coming up. I tried that one before.
Consider this.
No, that one.
Are you joking?
Ugh. Ah, didn't convince him then. Okay, let's see how this goes.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we follow Sorslay's orders and smuggle salt across our borders, or do we take another path? Approach the scales of conviction.
Forgive me, my lord.
Even still.
No, it won't do it no matter what I do. And she says no, it's over.
I cannot agree to
So
this.
yep, no. 3 times. No matter what I select, I don't want to do it. Like it's rigged.
Just can't see it your way.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
I don't like this aspect of the game. If I'm the Lord, I want to just fucking tell them what to do.
The way forward is decided. We march to Hyzant and expose the minister's illicit dealings.
I want to fucking go to war with Hyzant.
We have chosen our path. We shall head to Hyzant and alert them of Minister Sorslay's wrongdoings.
Now that we have a heading, we need only move forward. Let us make haste.
Indeed. No matter how perilous the road ahead may be, we must not falter.
Anna, begin the preparations.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess I'm going through this storyline then. Hour and a half. Still haven't figured out what's in their minds either.
In exchange for his aid, Sorsley orders House Wolfort to transport his illicit salt. Serenoa, however, intends to bring word of the minister's crimes to the holy state of Hyzant. In order to succeed, he must delve deep into the nation's internal affairs while avoiding Sorsley's notice.
So you've decided to accept my proposal. A wise decision, Lord Serenoa.
As you have requested, none shall know of the salt's
But you are still too young for true wisdom, it seems.
He means, let us not speak of the obvious, my lord. It's prudent to speak as little as possible to prevent any unnecessary complications. One never knows who might be listening.
Fortune favored you with a capable retainer.
I beg your pardon, Minister, but I must entreat you to recall the aid you offered in exchange for ours.
I give you my word it shall be done. Booker, I'll leave the rest of the arrangements to you.
Yes, Minister. If you all will follow me into the antechamber, we may discuss the details further.
Bring 3 of them. Medicine. And in a desolate rocky area, tells them she was once part of a circus. You're freaky. We've already got quite a few healers now. What tricks could you do there? You're going to be a caster. I've already got casters and whatnot. What are you there? Let's get rid of the medicine. If you're more powerful than the one I've already got, then it might come in handy.
It's an emergency. We have 2 patients. Both with extraordinary fevers. The Rosellan is unresponsive.
Well, I can't tend to both unless you can give me 2 more pairs of arms.
Let me help. I've just completed my training and I'll do whatever it takes to save them.
Are there no real doctors left? Fine. Come. We're losing precious time.
Leave the Rosellan. We must prioritize the believer.
As you wish.
But the Rosellan will die unless we do something.
Do they not teach the order of things in school these days?
So what if they do? What does the order of things have to do with saving lives?
Not all lives are weighted the same. You would do well to remember that.
Quickly, Medina, these people are dying as we bicker.
I couldn't save him. Orders or not, I was the one following them. It's all my fault.
Where are you going?
Nighttime.
I beg your pardon, Lord Serenoa, but a doctor from the Ministry requests an audience with...
My name is Medina. I've heard much about your house and simply had to see it for myself.
What insolence is this? Stand down. Pray tell, what brings you before me?
It is said House Wolfert possesses a relic known as the Scales of Conviction. Is this true?
It is. We turn to the scales for guidance in times of trouble.
Then, I wonder if they might guide me forward as well. I had a crisis of confidence. A man was counting on me to save his life, and I let him die. I cannot let this happen again. I wish to save all the lives I can, regardless of country or creed. Pray grant me the chance to consult the scales, that I might walk the righteous path.
The scales are merely a tool to an end. They are not a magical window into the future. When decisions must be made, all in this house have a say. We choose as best we're able and strive to ensure we chose wisely.
You mean you strive not to regret your decision?
That is all one can do. Forgive me if this is not the answer you sought.
Then, would House Wolfert accept my aid if I offered it, my lord?
If you would serve as a physician, that would be a boon. For we fear the war is far from over.
I would be honored, my lord. I would see what I could do to rewrite the order of things.
Then let us walk the path together.
I am at your service, my lord.
Wow. She's not that good of a healer then. You need healing items for her to use. Doesn't seem like she has any actual healing magic. Let's see what your story is. I reckon if I went up north I would have got that old guy.
Hey, what's a child like you doing in such a lonely place?
I have nowhere else to go.
Acrobat. Were you a fighter?
Where are your parents?
They died years ago.
My lord.
My name is Serenoa. What's yours?
Picoletta.
Picoletta? You throw that ball with such skill.
Because it's my job. When I throw this ball, everyone applauds. Well, they used to. But the circus is gone now, so I'm all on my own. What are you doing here, mister?
We are trying to put an end to this war.
I hate war. War made everyone go away. You're really gonna end the war? Then let me go with you. I can throw my ball and help you fight the bad people.
You arranged.
Oops. There goes my tummy grumbling again.
My lord, we cannot simply leave this poor child here.
I know. All right then, Picoletta. Come with us.
Pick a letter.
But before we go fight the bad people, let us fill our bellies. After that, perhaps you could show us some tricks with your ball.
Sure thing. That's what I'm best at.
Offensive items. And summon a decoy of herself, that's interesting. But these new additions seem a little bit useless, to be honest. Especially if you have to use consumables.
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty. Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages. Such honor, in fact, that he is willing to part with them for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
Mines are not but your ledgers. You peddlers disgust me.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel has brought everything a hero needs and more. Every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will serve you well on the battlefield.
Out of our way, junkmonger. We've important duties to attend to.
How rude! Where are the smiles and open coin purses the people used to greet Lionel with? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. War has made this place disagreeable. However, it is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune. And Lionel is shrewd, if nothing else.
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience.
Yes, let him come forth.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. A great honor. That he can count House Wolfort among his loyal patrons has ever been a source of pride.
Yes, right. What brings you before me today?
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury. A burden that only grows heavier as time drags on. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they were at its beginning. If he may be so bold, Lionel would offer his services in that very capacity. He understands your precarious position, trapped between two ravenous wolves. In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stave off what may come. Surely you agree?
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house. I see no reason not to welcome you into our ranks.
Splendid! You are as wise as they say. Wiser, even. Lionel shall not disappoint. Just the opposite, in fact. From this day until his very last, he shall stake his honor on the prosperity of your house. And if his own coin purse should grow fat in the process, who could blame him?
Can infuriate foes, or tempt them into defecting. collects an extra bit of coin along with spoils. Is interesting then. Tempt them into defecting. What am I at? I'm almost at 2 hours. It's probably good to stop here. Yeah, I'm gonna save here. Yeah, I'm actually going off this time rather than waiting an hour and deciding to come back on, although I still haven't found out what's in the mines. So I think the next one might be No Man's Sky. I'm doing a small run of that and then coming back to this game and maybe switching between them two. It's a shame they can't tell you how many hours you've been playing for. More than 10 hours and I still haven't figured out what's in the mine. I'm just gonna guess it's salt. This is where I end this one.